I'm not going to be able to have backyard barbecues and use my swimming pool and have family get-togethers. So you're taking away from me a right that I have to use my property if this is approved. This may have seemed like a good idea.
Are you in an ag zone, zoned ag?
I mean, I live in the city of Mission Hill.
Okay.
I don't know.
No.
It's in the city of Mission Hill. So I'm just asking you guys, it may have sounded like a good idea in the beginning before all these details came out. Every week we're studying and we're reading more about how bad these places can be. And just reconsider how much it's going to hurt us. What is that guy with his wife has COPD, what is he supposed to do if this gets approved? This is going to be very difficult for them and all the other people around Mission Hill.
Time's up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
This is another 4-minute one.
No.
I'll answer your question first, please.
What question?
Well, aren't you going to ask me?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh my, I'm surprised.
I thought you had some.
No.
In addition to what you wish to share with this board, do you have any evidence or information that would indicate that this application would violate Yankton County zoning ordinance if approved?
Yes, I have the evidence, and in all my honesty,
Good.
I want you folks, all of you, everyone here, to hear me. Because I'm 83, and this isn't my first rodeo. Okay, can I begin?
Sure.
Thank you. My name is Inez LaPrath. I live at 307-32 44th Avenue at Mission Hill, 57046, and I'm here to testify in opposition to the granting of the conditional use permits for the proposed hog confinement animal feeding operations, all the barns and all of them. At this time, I'm stating that my opposition to the Board of Adjustments, your violation of citizens' rights to public participation, the zoning states, this meeting with public hearing, Mr. Garrity, I'm referring to you, sir. This zoning states these meetings designated as public hearings shall allow the testimony for all interested parties. You've been engaged in constant attempts to limit our participation. For example, telling the public that they had to sign up a week ahead of time to speak, then changing that to the Friday before. Next, you tell us you can sign up right until before the hearing. Also, you've changed from one day to the next before the hearing who could speak. Who could speak? We all should have a right to speak. We all should have a right to hear. That certain people could get to testify if they lived near one of the facilities with one other public comment. Then you told us there would be limited time, just like today. Boy, we got to hurry up here, and I'm not a person who talks too fast. My daughter says I do. Limited time for the citizens' comments. But the icing on this horrible cake is that you then announced that only these that live or own properties in the county can speak. This is a travesty of stifling the public's ability to speak beyond the pale. Yankton County zoning reads, and I've got it here. I've got it all written down, but it's going to take a while. But These meetings of the board's adjustments
You've got 34
shall be
seconds.
opened, well, I'm going to plead for more time. Adjustments shall be open to the public. These meetings designated as public hearings shall allow for testimony from all interested parties. That means every darn one of us. The board acting in zone cases shall keep minutes of its proceedings showing the vote for each member upon each question, or if absence or failing to vote indicate such fact, and shall keep records of its examinations and other official actions.
Time's up, ma'am.
I'm going to ask someone
Time's
else.
up. I want to ask this guy, I want to ask Mr. Robinson.
Peterson.
Peterson, that there's approximately 20 minutes left. Does that allow enough time for you to cover your topic that everybody else gave their time up to?
Inez is signed up for Barn 2.
All 7 of them. All 7 of them. And I'm protesting all 7. Sir,
Well, just save the
please
rest
hear
of it
me.
for number 2.
Please hear me.
Well, I'll listen to you in number 2. Thank you.
You listen to me when?
When 2, application 2. Just
When I'm done here? Okay.
No,
But
no, ma'am.
You're
Oh,
done.
I wanted to show you something. It was so important.
What, show it to us when we go to application
Look,
number 2.
please look. Please, I beg you. Please look. I know you live comfortably out.
Okay, come on, let's go on, let's move on.
But take this.
We've got hours of
Take
this to
this
go
in
on.
consideration, sir.
Next person, please. We'll take him. Leave him over here. Leave him with her. Yeah.
Mom, come sit. Here are these pictures.
So who's coming up next?
Sir, your name is?
Dale.
Dale?
Hebda.
Hebda.
Did I drop another piece of paper?
This is number 7, I think.
Dale,
No.
in addition to what you wish to share here with this board, do you have any evidence or information that would indicate this application would violate the Yankton County zoning ordinance if approved?
I believe we are lacking information.
Okay, and you'll state what information that is.
Well, number 1 notification, if I hadn't had...
Sir, will you go to the mic so everybody can hear you?
Number 1 notification of the process here. If I hadn't had a friend that called me and said, hey, you got to sign up to speak, I don't know about it. Okay?
Okay,
I'm a farmer. I raise produce. I'm not around the radio. So I don't know if there was an ad on the radio that said this is the process.
okay.
So is the ability to be notified about the process of being able to speak tonight. Now, I'm Dale Hebda. My resident address is 110 Produce Road, Mission Hill, South Dakota. My business is Hebda Produce, priorly known as Garrity's Prairie Gardens, 30661 444th Avenue, Mission Hill, South Dakota. I didn't know if you allowed props or not, but before I came in tonight, I went out to my fields. That's a mountain fresh tomato growing outside. These are 4th of July heirloom tomatoes growing outside. And as you would naturally suspect, those are above ground. We don't dig them. Onions, on the other hand, grow below the surface of the soil. I'm the largest asparagus grower in the state of South Dakota. I have 4.5 acres, all above ground. This year, we only have 1 acre of strawberries. Usually, we're upwards somewhere around 2 and 3. My concern is dust particles and pathogens that have the potential to travel through the air. We can't control Mount St. Helens when it blew and affected the northern United States in crop production, from the ash and soot that dropped out of that volcano. We can't control the 2012 drought that occurred when we were dusty and the crops were a disaster around almost the entire nation. When Roundup first came in, a very popular chemical, widely accepted by agriculture. How many of you know that California just passed it as a carcinogen, and it's banned for use in their state? 30 years, 40 years later after its introduction. We can't foresee the future, but we have a chance today to look at, if we approve this, how do we protect the future? 7 years ago, I decided to move away from fungicides, chemicals, and I went to natural and organic products on my production. How many of you buy a pepper like that in the store? That's the way they come out of the field. They shine. The tomatoes shine. They're high in bricks, which is natural sugars in the crops.
Dale, you have about 40 seconds left.
I'm not only concerned about the people that buy my products directly, but it's the children in the school systems that the school service buys my products. There's no way I can measure that pathogen. It's a huge potential liability risk. So lastly, since I only have a few seconds left, I think if you approve these things, air quality monitors need to be installed immediately, prior to anything being built, and they're tested, and the results are paid for by the county. I need to know what my customers are buying and what I'm selling. If it changes my cost of operations, I think it's only reasonable for me to expect that I'm reimbursed by Yankton County.
Good luck.
Understand, when the minimum wage went up, my cost of operations on 40 acres went up by $40,000.
Thank you. By my watch, I think we have just about 16 minutes.
Thank you for your attention tonight. My name is Mitch. My answer is yes.
In addition to what you wish to share with this board, do you have any evidence or information that would indicate the application would violate the Yankton County zoning ordinance if approved?
I do.
Thank you.
My name is Mitch Peterson. I'm an attorney at the Davenport, Evans, Hurwitz & Smith law firm in Sioux Falls. One of my primary practice areas is zoning, predominantly CAFOs. I have been involved in probably 20 of these in the last 5 years. I think every zoning decision from our South Dakota